Hello guys, it's Glermit here, and today's video is a bit of a weird one, because some of you it won't appeal to, because some of you this is not a team you need to worry about, but I do know there's a lot of people out there that still don't know how to beat Droideka Omicron, and there's loads of videos out there. There's some really good teams I didn't include in this one because I've already done videos on them. However, I've tried to put together a compilation of a few different teams that maybe you didn't know can beat this team. Ranging from high investment to low investment. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Look, this is what we had in TW to face a bunch of Droidekas. So I thought we could make this video today. And if you do enjoy it, please do consider sharing it to your guild. Videos like this, my goal is to have them shared so more people can actually use the counters to their own benefit. And then with that said, guys, let's roll the footage. So the first team we're going to be using is actually just Tuskens. If you have the Tusken Warrior Omicron, you can hit auto and win without any issue at all. If you don't have it, then you are probably going to need higher relic levels. I mean, my Tuskens are relic 7 for this to happen. And it doesn't get close, but we do lose a Tusken in the process. If you do lose Tusken Warrior, the chances are you're not going to easily win. I mean, you can still because of the dots and because of the stuns that will come into play, but it becomes a little bit tougher. And like I said, guys, if you go ahead and you do apply the Omicron on Tusken Warrior, you can just hit auto and win with lower relic investment. You can win with like gear 12 if you have that. And basically what the Omicron's doing there is whenever you get enough momentum to do the big hit, you're taking a bonus turn and refreshing the cooldown. So because of that, you can just go through and snipe them all, and it's really fun. But yeah, this is a pretty good counter to have. If you're someone that farmed Tuskens in the past, or you bought the Lightspeed bundle, or maybe you just did what I did and took them up for the Crate Dragon raid when that was a thing, then this is a team you can utilize in TW. And guys, I'm well aware that you're not going to be facing Droideka Omicron teams every single TW, or if you're in a really big guild, maybe you don't even see it at all. But there are a lot of guilds that still have this as a fundamental team on defense. So having Tuskens at your disposal is a really, really good way to deal with it. In terms of the kill order, basically you'll see throughout all the battles, the most important thing is don't hit Grievous unless you're going to one-shot him. The reason being, if he marks Droideka and you kill Droideka, everyone's coming back and you're probably going to lose. So the best thing is just to go through everyone else, try and kill B2 first, try and kill the taunt if there's one there, deal with Stap if he's there, the Stap is in one of the clips here, and then end up on Grievous. Obviously sometimes you kill him just by default. The next team is going to be Phoenix. Now I do have Hera's Omicron, and this is very high investment for that reason, because with Hera's Omicron, yeah guys, you can go and beat Galactic Legends. The reason I included this footage is because this would work without the Omicron. I just wanted to show you the team actually working here, because the Omicron does change. It gives you that extra counter chance, the extra bonus is there, but you don't actually need that to win. This is one of those teams you would need probably the whole team at Relic if you're up against a full Relic Droideka team, but for the most part it's really nice. You would want Kanan in here because he's got the cleanse in there as well. He's also got some taunts which are quite nice. Chopper's needed at any Phoenix team you're going to run, you want Chopper. And again, this team, just be careful. If Droideka's marked, you will end up bringing everyone back, and that's a really big problem to have. So try and time it perfectly, try and stop the AoEs and stuff. I know it's a bit difficult, but once Droideka comes out of damage immunity, you can thankfully go in and kill them before the mark is still on them, if that makes sense. So you're going to kill them and then Mark's obviously gone by that point, as you see in the footage here. But yeah, I wanted to include this battle, even though it's high investment, purely for the fact that for those of you that don't have Hera's Omicron, this is still a very good counter to be using. Moving on to the next footage, and we have a Zori team. Zori now has been out for a couple of years, guys, and I did actually have a video when Droideka first ever released showing this, and it still works. Now the footage I'm using here, I have a Datacron, they don't. Even if they have a Datacron, it would still work. You do need reasonably good mods on the team to make it work, and sometimes you will lose one character. As long as it's not Zori, it doesn't really matter too much. Again, the kill order is go for B2 first, remove them. Once B2's out, I like to remove B1, just to avoid the healing and the increased target lock and all of that. And then as soon as Droideka's out of damage immunity, they are the priority to kill. So you'll see in this footage, I actually go for Droideka before B1. Oh wait, hold on. Do I? I think I do. Yeah, I do, because Zori's got basic, this one basic. And then we go kill Droideka, and then that would be the end of that. So again, Zori is a very good team to run here. I don't think it's as high investment as some would believe here, I know Zori appears on defense for some guilds, and she is a good team regardless. But she can do some really good work against these Omicron Grievous teams, and she's been out for so long, and so many people have her now because of the Ray Lightspeed bundles. She's one of those characters where if you do the Ray Lightspeed bundle, if you buy it, or if you have bought it in the past, or if you've just farmed Ray because you want to farm Ray, then you probably should have Zori because it makes her team, or the team you get given for Ray, viable. So there's another counter you can use against those Grievuses with the Droideka Omicron. Moving on to the next footage, and we have Admiral Radis. This is probably the easiest of all the counters, with the exception of the Tuskens at the beginning, if you have the Omicron there. And the reason for this is Adrad just... Guys, if you're using Adrad, you're going to have high relics on the team. So I've got Relic 8 on Cassian, that's Profundity requirement. Relic 9 on Adrad, that's Profundity requirement. I did, however, bump everyone else's relics up. So I've got Relic 7 on Jin, Relic 5 on K2, and I've got Relic 3 on Scarif. But honestly, it doesn't really matter about relic levels. You can do this with the Profundity requirements. You could probably even do it with low relic teams, like Relic 3 across the board. And the reason for this is they're just going to be exposing themselves en masse. Because of the way you're getting the ultimate for Radis, because of the debuffs, you're going to be getting it so quick and everyone's just going to die. And then Grievous is out. This is a really, really nice, easy counter to do, and a lot of you do have Adrad. I understand Adrad's sometimes used for those Dark Trooper Moff Gideon teams, Adrad's sometimes used for Reaver teams, GI teams, you name it. But I just want you guys to understand that these counters, I'm trying to include a variety, because there's going to be people out there in different stages of the game. Not everyone is endgame, not everyone is early game, so hopefully if you're watching this video, you're going to see at least one counter that maybe you didn't know that works. That does, right? And that's kind of what I'm trying to get here. It does take me a while to get through the the damage immunity here. It's kind of sucks. But yeah, Adrad team is really nice to have, guys. And always make sure your ability block with Cassian when you get the ability option, just so Droideka doesn't go back into damage immunity. And we wrap this one up, and we move on to, I think this is the final footage of today. Now this is Saw with Kyle, Biggs, Baze, and Shiro. And guys, this is against a really good Grievous Omicron team. It has the stat level 9, which is, as of recording, that's the best one you can get for Grievous. It doesn't have B2, but at the same time, you probably wouldn't want B2 if you're going to bring Stab, because, yeah, you need a taunt in there, otherwise Stab will die very early. B1 has to be in there regardless, and obviously you can't remove Droideka because he's the one with the Omicron. This one can work, I mean, you see it here, but I would say you need high relic levels and good mods. And it was one of those ones that got a little bit scary. So yeah, I mean, it can work, that's the main thing. This one's more of a fun one, right? Obviously, if you do have Luthen or anyone like that, you can also just run that without a problem. Again, we're going to go for the sides, we're going to go for the tank, we're going to go for Stab, and then we're going to go for Droideka whenever possible. B1 you can leave to last in this lineup. It does get a little bit close at the end. The nice thing about the Saw team is it has a lot of health recovery and defense gains and all of those fun things. And you can also bring Datacrons to help yourself as well. So if you're bringing a Datacron for your side, Bulk Crons, TM Removal Crons, Rebel Crons, all of these are very, very nice. Also remember when Kyle's on his turn, basic, because it will give the ability block and you don't want AoEs. And there we go, guys. That is the end of the video. I tried to do that in as quick time as possible. There's 5 counters, the Droideka Omicron. I know some of them are pretty well known, and there's some that I've left off, like for example, Gidme is a very, very consistent counter. You can bring Gideon, Tech, Echo, and then you bring Padme obviously in the lead, and you can easily beat these teams. So there are other ones, I have videos on them already, but here's a better, more concise guide for 5 teams you can use to beat Droideka Omicron. Good luck in TW, guys, and if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and maybe even share it to your guildmates. Like I said, it does help the channel a bunch if you ever do these things. And with that said, guys, my name is Glurmit, and as always, have a glowing day.